أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Introduction Surah Ahzab. This surah is at serial number 33 of the compilation of Holy Quran and contained of 73 verses. How it was named. The surah derives its name Al-Ahzab from verse 20. Period of revelation of the surah. The surah discusses three important events, which are the Battle of the Trench or Al-Ahzab, the clans, which took place in Shawwal, 5th year after Hijrah. The raid on Bani Qurayza, which was made in the month of Zikad, same year. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ marriage with Hazrat Zainab radiallahu ta'ala anha, which also was held in Zikad 5 Hijri. These historical events accurately determine the period of the revelation of this surah. Historical background. The Islamic armies set back in the Battle of Uhud after Hijrah 3 that resulted from the error of the archers appointed by the Holy Prophet ﷺ so boosted up the morale of the Arab pagans and the Jews and the hypocrites that they started entertaining the hope that they would soon be able to exterminate Islam and the Muslims completely. Their high state of morale can be judged from the events that occurred in the first year after Uhud. Hardly 2 months had passed, then the tribe of Bani Asad of Najd began to make preparation for a raid on Medina, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ had to dispatch an expedition under Abu Salama to counteract them. In Safar after Hijrah 4 year, some people of the tribes of Adal and Kara asked the Holy Prophet ﷺ to send someone to instruct them in Islam. Accordingly, 6 of the companions were allowed to accompany them for the purpose. But when they reached Raji, a place between Rabigh and Jeddah, they summoned Hudail against them, who killed 4 of the companions and took the other 2, Hazrat Khubayb bin Adi and Hazrat Zaid bin Adinthana, to Makkah and sold them to the enemy. Then in the same month of Safar, on the request of a chief of Bani Amir, the Holy Prophet ﷺ sent another deputation of 40, according to other 70 preachers, consisting of the Ansar young men, to Najd, but they were also betrayed. The people of Usaya, Rail, and Dhakwan tribes of Bani Sulaim surrounded them suddenly at Bir Munah and slew all of them. Meanwhile, the Jewish tribe of Bani an-Nadir of Medina, getting encouragement, continued to commit breaches of the treaties. So much so that in Rabiul Awwal after Hijrah 4, they plotted against the life of the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself. Then in Jamadul Awwal after Hijrah 4, Bani Thalbah and Bani Muharib and 2 more tribes of Bani Gaftan started making preparations to attack Medina, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ had to go to punish them. Thus, after their setback at Uhud, the Muslims went on encountering repercussions continuously for 7 to 8 months. However, it was the Holy Prophet ﷺ's determination and wisdom and his great companions Ridwanullah Ajmain's spirit of sacrifice that changed these adverse conditions completely within a short span of time. The economic boycott by the Arabs had made life hard for the people of Medina. All the polytheistic tribes around Medina were becoming rebellious. Inside Medina itself, the Jews and the hypocrites were beat upon mischief. But the successive steps taken by a handful of the sincere Muslims under the leadership of the Holy Prophet ﷺ not only restored the image of strength of Islam in Arabia, but also increased it manifold. Raids preceding the Battle of the Trench. The first such step was taken immediately after the Battle of Uhud, the very next day, when quite a large number of Muslims lay wounded and the martyrdom of the near and dear ones was being mourned in many houses, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself was injured and sad at the martyrdom of his uncle Hazrat Hamza radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He called out to the devoted servants of Islam to accompany him in pursuit of the pagans so as to deter them from returning and attacking Medina again. The Holy Prophet ﷺ assessment was absolutely correct. He knew that although the Quraysh had retreated without taking any advantage of their almost complete victory, they would only regret fully when they would halt and consider the whole matter coolly on the way and would return to attack Medina again. Therefore, he decided to go in pursuit of them, and 630 of the Muslims at once volunteered to accompany him. When they reached Hamra al-Asad on the way to Mecca and camped there for 3 days, the Holy Prophet ﷺ came to know through a sympathetic non-Muslim that the Abu Sufyan had stayed at Ar-Rawha, 36 miles short of Medina, with an army 2,978 strong men. They were regretting their error and were in fact planning to return and attack Medina once again. But when they heard that the Holy Prophet ﷺ was coming in pursuit of them with an army, they lost heart and gave up their plan. Thus, not only were the Quraysh deterred by this action, but the other enemies living around Medina also realized that the Muslims were being led by a person who was highly well informed, wise, and resolute, and that the Muslims were ever ready to lay down their lives at his command. Here we stop our first part of the surah. In the next part, we will continue to discuss historical background of the revelation of this surah. Stay tuned to Jamil TV. Thanks for watching. If you like, please subscribe my channel. Jazakallah.